like I'm not nearly as good at this as Corey because he just presses the live button and we get all the feed. When I do it, we have to actually go back and have the conversation over.
Gary's
Jimmy,
like, dude,
you
that
should turn off that
thing?
sound.
Like, what's wrong with you there, dude?
Oh,
Jimmy,
okay.
why is that sound on, man, Jimmy?
I don't know.
Jeez, Jimmy.
It's his first live stream.
Yeah, it's like I've never done one of these before. Anders, so Anders, what's the news again? What's the cool news?
No, there's a small brand called Major League Baseball that is officially launching NFTs on April 20th on Wax.
Yeah, that seems like a non-trivially large deal.
Like in Sweden, I don't even know if there's a baseball team, but in the United States, apparently you guys like that.
Yeah, I think I call it all sports ball. People in the States really love it when you do that.
Yeah.
They don't.
No, it's huge, really. Yeah, it's awesome.
And what did you say that might exist as a plugin in Uplift, Corey?
I'm sorry, nothing. Hi.
There might be a way to like.
Yeah. Oh
like,
man.
Do research and figure out where we're headed with this, like, totally indirect hint.
I love the cryptic talk.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking of like names that we could have named the show. Like earlier, it came up in the Telegram channel, like off topic, because somebody asked, "Are we actually going to talk about EOS Sweden, or are we going to do other things?" Well, we've already co-opted the first like 20 minutes of the stream to talk about other things. So yeah, off topic with Corey Cottrell and Jimmy D. Or I mean, let's get cryptic. Let's get cryptic featuring Anders every week. I mean, it's perfect.
It's good.
I'm just staring at something right now. I might have to go talk to some people briefly.
Okay. Well, do you want to
talking to people?
Do you want to co-op the stream and throw that up before you go talk to people, and then when you come back, me and Anders will like figure out what's going on.
Yeah, and so I got to make sure first that you guys can actually hear this. It's weird, man. Like I haven't written any music in like 6 years, and now like hanging out with Blue and freaking people like Yoshi, I'm just like, fuck it, I'll write songs a couple times a week. Use the shit. And this one, like Yoshi got his hands on it and like again took a bunch of sketches that I made and made something that like I don't even believe is me. Because it's really good.
Because like Yoshi's actually going to be on the show on Wednesday for our meeting.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna get fired for doing this too, but just let me know if you guys can hear this.
Okay.
Can you hear this?
Yeah, it's low, but yes.
Okay, turn your speakers up.
Where we go one, we go all. 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 Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go one, we go all. Together we cannot fall. The silence when the sun comes in. The family we are building. The community and the tribe. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go on, we go. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go on, we go on. Together we cannot fall. Silence for the sun. This is power. The silence when the sun comes. This power. The family we are building. The community and the tribe. We sing the power. high. It's rising. Oh, it's rising. Oh, it's rising. Oh, it's rising. It's rising. Oh, together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Together we cannot fall. Where we go, what we go on.
So yeah, we just wrote that little ditty.
And as I wrote, everyone should hit that, smash that like button, right?
Right.
I like it a lot. It's really cool, man.
Thanks. I agree. So things are like, yeah, I know I wrote it, and like I, generally don't pat myself on the back, but like when you work with producers like this, they just make you sound so fucking cool. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm right with it. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the place where we do the thing.
Yeah, I mean, you sound pretty good on your own, but like, not like obviously.
No,
you sound
no,
really
for real.
better.
Yeah, like they make me sound like at least 5 times better than I do on my own. Like that's. Just,
I mean, I'm pretty much going to give up on any famous musicians from here on out because obviously they're not really that good. It's people like M Blue and Yoshi.
I'm starting to wonder about that because I know there are and I could point to. As an example of somebody who I did not expect and wanted to hate, Justin Timberlake is fucking amazing. Like as a musician, really, really good, right? Like that's just a real thing. But yeah, most of them are crap.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite joke of all time, which is like, I just have to say this because I don't think I've ever said this to you. Like, whenever I say I'm from Canada, people always, in other countries, they're always like, Justin Bieber. And like Justin Bieber is actually from a town that I used to work in, so like
really?
not that far
Your
removed.
neighbors?
Yeah, so not that far removed from me. And it's funny because they always ask like, do you know Justin Bieber? And I'm like no. And I'm like, do you know why Justin Bieber is famous? And they're like, why? And I'm like, because Canadians were smart enough to like export him to the States. We exported him out of there. But like likewise, like if you listen to like him sing, he can sing, right? But I don't think
he can play. And that's the thing with Justin Timberlake too. Like they're like actually accomplished musicians. And he was like a child musician that was really good, which is annoying. Yeah, like dude, like he's the kind of person you want to shoot right out of a fucking cannon because they make you want to quit music.
And it's funny because they remind me of like, but there aren't that many of them. They kind of remind me of like Leonardo DiCaprio, like back in the Titanic days. Like actually, when you see him do like some of the newer stuff, you're just like, wow, this guy's really good. But that whole musician thing, and I'm super excited actually because I think what's coming down the pipeline with Uplift Art is going to be like NFTs. Anders knows this as well. Like we were talking about MLB and stuff like that, right? But like NFTs, once it hits the like real art market or the real music market, this is where people are going to get blown away because we're going to discover some really cool talent, right? Like I'm all for Major League Baseball. I'm all for Garbage Pail Kids, right? But like remember, it was Uplift Art that created the first music video on the blockchain, right? And like this was the second music.
Who has
video.
mint number 1?
Yeah, who has been number 1 exactly?
Oh yeah, it's in my wallet. It's strange, right? Corey, who has mint number 2?
I have mint number 2 of any time I ever hung out with Anders. That's basically how that works.
So what are we releasing today?
Yeah, right. Well, luckily all the rail is pre-minted, so when you unbox your stuff, you're gonna get random mints. So just deal with it. Like if you get lucky and get a mint number 1, like good for you.
Today my gratitude is very easy, by the way. Today my gratitude is very easy.
Okay, what's your gratitude?
I'm grateful for Michael Yates today.
For who now?
Michael Yates.
Michael Yates.
Yes. For obvious reasons, last few days, right?
Yeah, like are you Alien World's rich now or what?
No.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
you can't trade it, right?
Well, yeah. But are you Alien World's rich on paper?
On paper, I have had a good week.
You're like a gazillionaire.
Yeah, but I don't believe it.
Yeah, it's not real till it's real. Well, this is one of the things I was talking to Tuttle about this actually, and she was saying that she thinks that the value is potentially going to it's like $6 or some fucking ridiculous thing now, but it's not going to go back down to pennies, right? Like it might actually maintain that dollar range, which is insane. Like that's insane. Anyway, did I mention that was insane? Because it is insane. That's all I have to say.
I need to buy that guy a beer later,
or a house. But yes,
it's not that fun yet.
okay. It was close. Okay, I'm talking to the team behind the thing here. Jimmy. Jimmy, tell me what you're grateful for.
I'm grateful to learn about. Not too long, damn it. I'm grateful to learn about the other side of Anders.
My back?
Yeah. Because like we know you as the NFT guy, but you do a lot more stuff in the space, and that's why we want to bring you on here. So that's.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm grateful to learn about the other side of Anders.
my butt.
Yeah.
My bum.
Yeah, like nobody's gonna. Anyone who reads this in 100 years is just gonna think, yeah. Jimmy, crazy. No idea. I mean, the mystery is half the battle.
Something like that. All right. Yeah, it's okay. So we're gonna get an overview. We'll probably come back to like some Minecraft stuff later because I think that we wanna there's some hecklers in the audience that want to hear about. So I just curious, like how many times did you die today, Anders? I just want to know.
I haven't played today, so 0.
You're on the leaderboard.
I'm winning.
Yeah, you're winning. I like it. So
I
was a little bit shocked by that actually, but
So I actually use that as a tool. We can go into that later, but I can explain how.
Okay, so I'm grateful that it's Real Unbox Day. And do you guys have a sec?
Yeah.
Cowie's been in the conversation that's going on, which is really fun. All right, well, cool. I'm gonna stop sharing that, and I'm gonna go over here. Boop. Sorry, I just got a couple things to finish up here. That's a fun song. That's a fun song. So, this is awesome. Okay. Just wanna.
Everyone agrees, Corey. Everyone agrees. No one knows what he's talking about, but something is funny, right, Jimmy?
Some people do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just move this over here. As a gift to all of the people that are in been watching us for a long time, right? We announced that the unbox would be available at 5 p.m. today. And we have some things to do. Like, we want to make a one-page how the hell to get into the server, blah, blah, blah. We still have some work to do for that. But, like, you guys know what's up. And this is probably going to leak out anyway, because that's what happens. People are freaking blockchain sleuths, and they watch everything we freaking do. But this is live right now.
Whoa. Sorry, I got to go.
Could you imagine if it was a mint sprint and I didn't tell anyone just to get mint number 1 to fuck you over? Because I would. But it's not. That'd be the only way I could ever win. You and your Swedish internet. Now, hopefully it's lucky work. There we go.
Transaction does not match. Yeah, you have to do it again.
That's fine.
It's the cloud wallet. They need to deal with this better.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, we'll fix that.
Either that or it's baked into the code that you can't claim until everyone else has claimed their Sanders.
No, it's an error.
It's a known issue. It's happened a couple times. Just retry when that happens.
They are trying to make sure that people. I think my guess is they are trying to make sure that people that buy packs that have their payment go through in fiat actually get their packs and nothing gets wrong, and they made it extra secure. How do you know what you got? Where is it?
You go in here. I actually unpacked a few of these suckers already.
How can you have so many?
Because I freaking run this shit, dude.
1,498.
Yeah, my mint numbers are not good. So 4,900, 1,500, that's kind of probably off in the boonies a little bit somewhere, maybe.
I know what that
but
means.
mint numbers don't really matter. I mean, unless
they don't. Unless you get mint number one, like these mint numbers are irrelevant. They're not going to do anything. And even the mint number ones, it doesn't mean anything.
I need the location next to Michael EOS USA.
Why?
Yeah, right.
Anyone who watch this and get the rail at Michael EOS USA place, I need to trade with you.
Why? Right? Why do you need a location there?
Because I'm gonna build a wall from the bottom of the map to the top of the map.
Well, we should probably unbox more.
You know what's funny about that is I'm like right next to Michael EOSA.
I forgot about it, and then he reminded me the other day, and I'm like, yeah.
It's going to be a really hard wall for you to build. That's dedication, because this isn't creative. You can't fly. You gotta you gotta build stairs the whole way.
These rails are creative, right?
What's that? No, they're 2/3 split between Genesis and London.
Okay.
Actually, I haven't even checked to see if I have any in London yet.
Michael EOS USA is in.
Yeah, he moved. He got scared because I could do that to him on creative mode.
Do 10 packs are fun.
Okay, so this once these are open, then you can go into there and you can see on the server. Now, if you go to the 2D map, the UpliftWorld 2D map, then you can see the locations and you'll be able to find out where that plot is, right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do right now.
So it's a little bit different. Right?
So yeah, series Genesis, World Genesis, cool. So that's where you would pick that up, right there.
And now, if I'm a person who isn't whitelisted, once I have this, can I go into the game and use it yet, Corey?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, London!
Nice.
Jackpot.
Right?
And by the way, if Anders gets mint number 1 while he's on this stream, we're never having him back again.
Ever. No, for real. That'll be it. Can you imagine? I can totally imagine. I still have trauma about this. I think it's totally going to happen. But you should totally check that stuff out and do it. And again, there's going to be instructions. If you guys want to share this all over the place, it's freaking, just know that it's going to cause a big, huge, oh my God, how do we get in the server? Jesus, what's my name? How do I, freaking get clothes on? I'm not saying some of the questions are really dumb.
I kind of like the fact that this is happening now before the official announcement, because all of you people, Anders included, all of your people out there are going to be able to figure this out. And then when people have problems, you'll be able to teach them how to do it, which makes our lives easier, which is why we love you.
Exactly.
But okay, the real question is, can people play when they have their land, or do they have to wait?
They can.
What's the process? So they can join as soon as they have it.
Yeah, this rail will held in your wallet when you register that wallet on our website should get you access into the Uplift.
Then I have a follow-up question there. Can I connect 2 wallets to my one Minecraft account?
I don't think so.
No, according to the server test demo day, there was only space for 1, so you would have to have 1.
Is that something you will do?
Have it attached to more than one account?
Yeah, no, one Minecraft account, multiple multiple Wax accounts.
It kind of makes sense from a
I was gonna say
perspective, right?
I guess the only problem is where do the rewards go? I'm right off the bat, probably not. But if you can map it out so that it makes sense
to the account that has the land, right?
Yeah, no, that's true. Why would you want to do? Why would you walk me through why you would want to do that?
Because it's easy to use the cloud wallet, but I don't have any lands on my cloud wallet for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Well, I think what about an anchor sign in when we get around to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I
if you can remove your account, because I recall that there was some problems with that.
Yeah, I think it was only that was a Wax cloud wallet problem.
Okay.
But yeah, no, we'll throw that on the ideas list there, buddy. Buddy. All right, cool beans. Yeah, no, that we'll work on stuff like that. That's not a crazy idea.
For those out there listening, Anders, though, I would like you to expand upon that. Why do you think it's a problem to hold it in the Wax Cloud wallet? Because I think this is an important thing to point out.
Yeah, one of the reasons behind it is that it's a custodial wallet, which means that you have multiple ways that can go wrong. Like you don't control it fully. It's not your keys. They could shut you down. They could prevent you from accessing. I don't think that will happen, but it's a risk. If they get hacked, if they, I don't know, if they kidnap Lucas, I don't even know if he has kids or whatever, but if they kidnap someone and forces him to sign transactions for you, that can happen. I mean, I don't think this is likely at all.
Anders is warning everybody about the dangers of Wax Cloud wallet, right? But at the same time telling like everyone the kids' names and where they live. And
Exactly. No, but like you have social engineering hacks. You figure out their weaknesses, and then you have all the employees with access. You have all of these guys. If one of them that has access to the key is compromised in any way, and that happens for companies all over the world all the time. If that happens, your stuff is gone. And if your NFTs are transferred out from your wallet, there's nothing anyone can do about it.
Yeah.
So if you are new to things, buy one of these that I have here. This is a Ledger hardware wallet, very easy to use. This is like the noob-friendly, secure way. It's not the only way to do it, but it's a good way.
And then spam the crap out of them and tell them that the Ledger wallet is awesome, but the fact that they actually got hacked and gave out all their addresses to everyone else is ridiculous.
But that's a different thing, though. But yeah,
and they should be using block-based because it's encrypted. I'm just saying, like the Ledger wallet's safe, but the database. So just on the back of that, like sometimes I don't pay attention, and sometimes I amaze myself at how much I actually do understand about blockchain cryptocurrency for just some weird guy on the internet. But I do believe that it shouldn't be an issue in terms of logging in, because the way that the system is set up is you link your username to your Wax Cloud wallet name. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Corey, as long as those NFTs are in your account, then that gives you access to build on the server. I don't think you actually have to log in with the wallet, do you? When you play.
Yeah, no, you just go into the server. It's going to recognize. See, I just got in here. It says, "Welcome to the machine, Corey Cottrell, NB5.wham." So it knows my Wax address.
Yeah. So you should be solid on that, and it shouldn't be a problem, Anders, to use the other one.
I'm just checking to see if the land ownership thing is working yet in London.
And again, like this is a manual process that you guys are going to have to follow through. And I'm sure there'll be another video, or we'll talk about this on another cast. And I'm sure Anders will probably do a whole episode because that's kind of the way he rolls. But we don't have a time limit on this right now, right? Like if you do it today, if you do it tomorrow, if you do it a week from now.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine.
We're not going to. If we shut off the faucet, we'll tell you, right? At least once. But yeah, we are also getting rewards messages in games coming in the game coming from Greg out there in the audience. So that's pretty cool. This is exciting. This is like we're turning over a new leaf.
Yep.
And pun completely intended, because EOS Sweden symbol is a leaf.
Yeah.
So because they're a green block producer, which we should probably get into at some point, but like let's just kind of gently sway the conversation in that direction. Whenever you're ready, Anders, tell us about what you're excited about in regards to this, and then if you could give us a little intro on what you guys do over at EOS Sweden. Who are you and what's
I got one of the questions in the chat was they didn't know that we work on EOS as well, and like a backstory there, we started the first community testnet over a half a year before the mainnet launched. That's when we joined it, and then we produced the first block on EOS when it was live, which is kind of funny. So the first block, once the block producers took over, when then Shane was activated, was produced by EOS Sweden.org. That is our account. So that was kind of fun. And so, Corey, we were first there as well. We got mint number 1 on EOS, right?
Of course you did.
But I can't take creds. They're like, we are a team. We are a big team, and the tech Jesus in our team is Eric. He's very good, very talented on system administration, tech design, all of these things. I just work with the things that he put in order. I help building scripts. I help make sure everything works. I maintain things. I have a phone on me at all times. Then I go in, and if something goes down at the middle of the night, Eric and I go up and fix it. But then we also have Vahid, which is the CEO. He is the business guy. He's making sure that we actually can operate. And then doing all the cool things that Eric and I find boring. We work with the tech and all the fun stuff, and Vahid does all the boring stuff. That's how Eric says it, and that's I can only agree there. And then we have 2 more guys that are working, Henrik and Alex, that are working with us. So Alex is working with us in China, creating articles, news, and everything like that for us, mostly about EOS, but also about Wax and other projects. And then Henrik is the pure sys administrator and building things. So we actually have a big team, and we run all the hardware ourselves. So we have very high-tech hardware, very expensive machines that we buy hardware, put them together, we drive them to the data centers. If something goes wrong, we go there and fix them. No one else does that for us. We want to keep that control. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just gonna say it's interesting to me because there are like, you know, a lot of people. I am said like, you know, surprised that you were there from the start. There are a lot of really good blog producers that actually don't have that much PR. They're working hard in the back scenes. I mean, Michael's starting to get a little bit more. You guys are like have been quiet, but you've been there, like especially in the Wax ecosystem, doing a lot of stuff. You know, which kind of overlays with the stuff that you do personally in the space as well, I think. And like, you know, there's a few other ones as well. So like, I just really encourage people to reach out to like Twitter and interact with, you know, EOS Sweden and some of these other block producers, because your Twitter board is full of just gems of information, and it's definitely worth following if you're not on there.
Hey guys, I de-opt myself. I'm immortal.
I saw a sea lantern, by the way.
I know, but I still have one. Fuck you. I just want to show like this is what it looked like. So I'm looking at the 2D map right now. I found my little place, so I know where I'm going. And Greg made this because Greg is awesome. Who is this? Calvin Buddha, yay! Calvin Buddha.
So this is how it is when you get in. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, this is the spawn in on London. So like if you need gear, you can be like, oh, I should probably stop doing that. Boink. Oh, you can't open that here. We're gonna fix that, Greg. We'll fix the permissions on that. So you're fucked right now. That's basically what happens.
You go out and you
so I go out south, right? And I'm walking south. You can hit control if you want to go fast. I can't fly anywhere. I don't even know if the rails work right now.
Are you playing for real?
Yeah.
Like real Minecraft?
I'm like in survival mode, man.
This is like an iconic moment.
It is. Like I wanted you to share this with me. Now I might have. Do I have a thing? I don't even have a thing. Nope. I gotta fucking walk. Look at me walking. Fuck.
Like this is like this is the perfect stream for this. Like, do you understand what an impact you have had on Corey, the non-survivalist, Anderson?
No, I love that I have both now, right? Because there's like I get the thing from both, and I want to experience it both, and I want to be as cool as Anders someday. Yeah. So yeah, we need to throw on the list, team, the permission so people can open boxes in London and use Rail in London. I know because Greg built that whole thing. He was like, hey, like we should probably build a little like welcome center in London, and those signs actually are great because I didn't even have to turn the thing on. So
yeah, I think it's good.
I have to walk down to this intersection, and then I think I take a right. Yep, I take a right, and then I'm like literally heading to my own fucking rail plot, guys. Like this is exciting for me. like It's weird because you know the whole game is sort of run by us and the team, but one little rail plot that is mine is I'm having a weird reaction to that I don't hate at all.
And like for those who don't know, London is the area or the general area where basically it's all community.
I probably should have done that. Oh, watch! I'm probably gonna die. Fuck, that'd be fucking funny.
Oh, but everything is in safe mode. You're not losing any food or anything.
Oh,
it's
not
peaceful.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I mean, I
see
know
it
we'll
already.
That later. We'll figure that out. I wonder if these are connected. No, I gotta jump. Jumping. Nice. Nailed it.
Well, that worked better than the last time I tried to jump and I drowned.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, Just heading over to my lamp. Oh, this was not super well thought out.
Yep.
Cool.
That's awesome, actually.
And I have to fix those. Are they all like that? They're not. No,
yeah.
some of them have sea lanterns, like fucking civilized people.
It would be.
You have
really
a sea lantern NFT as well, Corey.
I know. I love that sea lantern NFT, and I am never selling it unless someone wants to give me $1 million wax for real.
Yeah, that's good.
Cowie mode is chasing me right now. You guys can spot that on the 2D map. This is going to be a minute. By all means, talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, so I think just point this out. Greg will be doing, I guess, a show on this channel later this morning for new players at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So probably like about 1.5 hours after this, I guess. That's how that will run.
Nice.
Yeah, so Anders, I guess EOS is 2018 was ICO, so 2019 it started, so that's about 3 years.
Hey. You moved 1,000 blocks in London. Keep it up to meet your step goals for the day.
That's good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
See, it can't do anything.
Yeah, it's a long, like EOS in blockchain space. It has been here for a long time. In the real world, it's just too, like, it's no time at all. But it has evolved a lot since it launched. Like, it has changed in many ways. What we have been doing all along is that we have been providing a full history public API for everyone for free, because we feel like if there is a public blockchain, everyone should be able to query all data from your account at all times. And that has been very time consuming to do, but we have been dedicated to get it done anyway. For a period of time, there was only one full history API on all producers on all of EOS, and that was ours. And usually it's gray mass and hours. That's like for the last I don't know how long. After 6 to 12 months, there was almost no full history APIs left. So if you wanted all data, you wouldn't get it if you didn't use our APIs. And that is kind of sad, but it's very important for us. So we keep doing it, and we keep improving our setup and trying to find better ways to get it done, which is very fun. And we do that on all chains that we work with. I mean, EOS and Wax are just two of them. Yeah.
So what? Because I think that's important information. People to know. This is your plot. You're there. You're good to go. You just
I don't have anything.
You can plan.
Yeah, full diamond set, mate.
Got something. Like, what's that? You can plant a flower and say welcome to.
Does everyone get the full diamond set?
No, just lucky people.
So yeah, what other blockchains are you on there, Anders? So you're on EOS and Wax. What else are you guys producing blocks on?
Yeah, so we are on BOS, we are on FIO, Proton, Near is also one of the chains we are on. And I probably forgot. We have 2 private blockchains that we are working on and building out.
Wow.
That I can't really share more info than that. We built a full blockchain solution for an interesting project. I don't know how. I guess I can't talk about that. We have a lot of projects that we have been building and working on in the background that isn't really our thing to go public with.
It's almost like you're new to this, because like this, if you're gonna like tell stuff that you're not supposed to tell, this is the channel for it. Like,
yeah,
pretty much our MO at this point. No, but that's cool. Yeah, so I guess so. How can people other than Twitter, are there other places that this information is available? Like how can they follow you?
Yeah, like on Twitter, I guess our main account is EOS Sweden. Because that's how we started, and Sweden is actually SW/Eden, so it's southwest of Eden. That's what the name actually stands for, which is very funny now that they are trying to like rebrand the EOS into Eden and everything like that. Like not the chain, but all the governance and everything.
I'm gonna have to cut you off, Anders, because are you realizing the predicament that Corey's in without being?
Yeah, he can't get up again.
That's
Yeah, I can. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, he has 7 blocks, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm having to build something out of nothing here because Anders is a dick.
he got a rail over water. He got the worst piece.
No way. I love it. They look great. The sunrises are going to be fantastic. But I also don't have a whole lot of building materials, so I'm having to use this sand, which is kind of conveniently placed underneath the rail, actually. That was not intentional, but there we go.
I love how half of it keeps falling into the ocean.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. I'm not super excited about that, but what are you going to do, man? I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. Let's do a whole lot of survival. It's great.
No, that'll be good. So,
shit. That's not good.
No.
How far down is it?
It's okay. It just means he's gonna have to swim until he can,
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah, I mean, good luck with that. Unless you have
you should have your blocks in
plug in for a James Bond grapple hook. I mean,
I just don't. Oh, I might have enough blocks.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you're not gonna drown down there?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna fucking die. Boink, 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 boink. Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, at least you can stand on
shit.
It's not going great for you here, is it?
It's not ideal.
Oh, this is great.
Excellent.
But I like that, I never actually thought about standing on a block, jumping, and then placing a block. That's some really good. That's really good. I'm a fan of that new skill that I just learned. Have you ever thought about doing that, Anders?
It's the only way to build high up. So yes.
See, look at
the way I'm.
Have you seen the inside of my pyramid? Have you seen all the lamps I built? You can't do it without doing things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a total noob, so let's end the show because I learned something. That's good. Cool. And so Anders, it's funny because we were talking about maybe doing something, and I want you to be involved in this if at all possible. But we were thinking about maybe pulling a few block producers together and trying to launch an uplift EOS server where rewards would be in EOS. And I think that'd be really cool if EOS Sweden was involved. And I think maybe EOS Michael, some of the other block producers that are in the game, I think we're all going to try to do that. So for those of you out there in the community who are Uplift fans and EOS fans, this is something maybe that you can give us a hand with if you have any ideas or suggestions. We're basically going to bootstrap this from nothing because, we have no time and resources keeping everything running in EOS land right now. If you guys have any ideas, I'm thinking we want to create some memes or some original Genesis NFTs and sell those, and hopefully get some EOS in the coffers and be able to have an EOS server where people can connect their EOS account and come in, and hopefully we're just working through this, and it's probably going to take a while because before we even think about putting this together, we're going to have to get all of these other worlds and operational and these things in game. But yeah, I'm super excited that you said that you would be interested in helping out with that, time permitting and things like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. If it's at the right moment, I'm very interested in it. I think it's a great idea. It's just that since we are doing a lot of things, time is something that I have to prioritize what I'm doing, which is what I love Minecraft, because usually my brain is on full speed all the time. So just going in forces me to not think about work or think about other projects. So I just go and build. And that ended up with a small dungeon and then a small house on top of the dungeon shaped like a pyramid.
Yeah, it's funny. We had a DM today, and you sent me a DM, and it was really flattering and nice. We give you a hard time, on this channel, but we do it out of love because. But you sent me this thing and you were like, I often jump in to listen to you guys if I'm not too busy and I have to focus on stuff. I jump in and listen to you guys in the morning. And it's funny because I'm actually the same way with you, Anders. Like when I'm driving to work in my car, I often put, your Any Observation show on and I listen to see, what's going on in the world of NFTs. So I think it's really interesting that like, even though you do both of these things, people don't actually realize it. So if you're a supporter of anyobservation.com, remember, also try to support EOS Sweden because they do a lot of really cool things in the space. And
and we have lost a lot of votes lately, so it would be awesome to get a few votes. So if you have a proxy, if you're voting manually, adding EOS Sweden org is something that is really appreciative.
Right.
What's the easiest way to do that?
Just go to blocks and go to vote and add EOS Sweden. I guess that's we are back in a pretty good position right now, but just a few weeks ago we went down pretty far, and that's scary. I mean, our infrastructure, it's expensive to have a big team and to have hardware. I mean, if things break down, you have to buy new things, and that is not it's not cheap. Let's put it like that.
You can't just reach into the coffers and pull a bunch of creative blocks out to build a new server.
No,
I'm really feeling that pain right now.
Exactly. Like the machines cost. It's expensive. That's for sure. But like, a lot of the machines are overpowered. We can probably find machines in we can find machines in bare metal server like data centers that are cheap to maintain, but that's not really in the spirit of decentralization. We don't want to use the same place as all other producers use. We don't want to be at the same place because, like, shouldn't we try to spread things out in that way as well? If something happens, it should be in more places. We had this idea when we started that we wanted to have a ton of data centers. So quickly we had 7 different places for our machines, which out of like the last few years, the crypto market has not been awesome. So we have scaled that down, and now we have 4 major places that we use, which instead of 7, which is better. But it's still a lot of places. So I think that's very important. And
actually, I didn't actually realize that you guys had that big of a team until just now. Like I knew you had a few people working, but I didn't realize it was that extensive and that global, because it seems like you've got people on every continent, which is pretty cool.
We have one guy living in Australia. Right? The rest of us are in Sweden.
Oh, sorry. I thought you mentioned somebody in China or something earlier.
No, he's in Australia. Yeah, but he's Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. I have all my shit in Genesis because it's creative. That's better. Like, they really nerf you when you go to London. That's perfect. That's good. I'm excited about that. I was really like, man, I don't have anything, so I'm gonna have to collaborate with people because I have an ocean block.
Exactly.
That's the whole point of London, right? Like, you don't have shit. Like mine, like borrow a freaking iron pickaxe and get some of that sand, because apparently you have that sand is underneath there. You can get it if you can get it. That challenge was the whole point. So I'm really excited about this. So the Giant Barber says, are you guys still having that rail competition, top 3 rails? Yeah, but it's really clear we're gonna have 2, right? Because like London builds are going to be judged much differently than Genesis ones. So we'll just do 2. And yeah, I think that the top 3 rails we'll get some rail prizes. I think we have some extra rail in London. Like, I'm legitimately thinking of putting actual rail as prizes, maybe for first prize, and then we'll do some Genesis NFTs for the other ones or whatever. But yeah, that's happening. We're totally doing that. And I'm gonna be doing it myself. I'm gonna lose, but I'm excited about it. Now I just gotta figure out like where in Spawn I have stuff.
By the way, today is the rails, right? It's not the land.
That's correct. Just the Rails and none of the like Londom freebie land or any of that stuff, right? Like it's just
So have we decided will the land go out before the rail build competition is finished or after? Because that's kind of a game changer too, right?
Not really. No, the rail competition is a standalone one of like it's just its own thing, right?
No. But I mean, like if there's people on land, then that increases the resources that people can trade for tenfold, right? Instead of just.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like I don't know if we thought of that, but I
didn't think of that.
Yeah. So,
but that'll have to be for next time because like that might be a while.
Yeah.
Now, hold on.
Cool. We could do the first competition just rail, and then the second competition something else, right?
Yeah, or we could just do the rail competition in Genesis now, and that gives us a reason to do the London 50s snapshot. You know, I mean, it would have to be at least a week from now to do the Our Planet warning. I'll talk to the team about that and see what they think. We're kind of talking about that a little bit already. But yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, and the rail, you're gonna have some rail that's gonna have some stuff on it, right? But probably no trees. As a rule, so that's going to be tougher. Building monuments is going to be a challenge. So yeah, no, that's an interesting idea. We might just have to delay it by a couple weeks for London.
So yeah, it's cool. Anders, is there anything else other than going and learning about EOS Sweden and voting for EOS Sweden that would help you guys out? Because I think that's really important what you guys are doing with the API nodes, and it's like this is it's blockchain, so you should be able to see what's on the blockchain. I mean, if you can't, then it's problematic, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, at least in Sweden, we need 7 years. We need to keep all our transactional histories for 7 years for tax purpose. Right. And if the history is already gone after 1 year, I mean, that's a problem.
Mm.
There are services that you can pay for. You can get full history for one account, but this should be publicly available, in my opinion. It should be, since EOS and all other EOSIO chains pretty much are paid by inflation, this should be provided by the infrastructure.
Yeah.
This should not be a service to pay for.
I kind of feel like there should be an EOSIO Foundation community grant for block producers that are running APIs in a way, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm sure nobody is listening from there. But I think it's pretty cool. So, but yeah, if you don't know about EOS Sweden, figure it out, because I think you guys are doing some cool stuff. And like you said, the website's down, but it'll be going back up.
No, it should be up again. I mean, okay, so what happened is that I built the website in WordPress 3 years ago, probably. And one of the plugins we use had an issue, and I'm hosting that on a remote server. We don't want that, like public websites. We don't want them to touch our other machines. So we rent place for that. And one had a vulnerability, and I fixed that the same day. But apparently they also put some PHP files in our FTP, and they had access. And now today I spent a long time removing files that was malicious. So during that time, all our websites was down because I was fixing that. But it should be fixed now, unless I miss one file or two files. But I think everything is fixed. In perspective, there was 100,000 bad links added as files on the servers. And this is very common for WordPress sites. There is an issue with one of the plugins you use, and then someone use that to get access to your stuff, and they may place a file there if they can, and they have access in the future, or they do it directly. Yeah, so you should not have, if you host them yourself, you should not have them at the same place as something important. That's very, yeah, you should never do that. But all new sites we build, I build them in, like, I code them from scratch, or I buy a template, an HTML, CSS template, and I use that.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you don't know what EOS Sweden is going to do, they deserve your vote, just because, we give Anders a hard time, but that guy is one of the hardest workers in the space. Like he's just like, yeah. So yeah, so yeah. I guess to finish up, because I think we're probably gonna have to go at some point. We'd love to keep you here all day, but like to finish up, I actually want to port over a little bit, unless you have something else to say about EOS Sweden. if you're okay, I'd like to port away from that too into another topic if you're cool. Because I mean, we can't really have you on here. You know, the Landom. The Landom survivalist of all worlds, even creative, on here without actually talking about survivalism in the Uplift world. I just think that wouldn't do justice to like what we do here every day. And we've been watching Corey, you know, build a little bit in.
I'm nerding out right now. I got a piece of rail right next to 01 Capital, and I got a piece of rail right next to Ken motherfucking Bozak.
Those are some pretty sweet polls, actually.
I'm all right with it. I'm pretty cool with it.
So, Anders, what's going on in Genesis? How are things going over there for you? Like you said, you guys have an awesome build. You're on the top of the leaderboard for deaths, which like was surprising because like I thought it would have been me, which like I think it's hilarious because like you know I kind of feel bad giving you such a hard time now because like apparently you know you can't control llamas or you know stay alive, which is funny because you know Michael EOS USA was giving us a hard time, me and Brad the Builder, Brad the Third. And like I've never actually been in game and like really I've seen you die once. Like I've seen maybe one of your assistants or one of your you know helpers or one of the other people.
Yeah, I don't know why they are not on that leaderboard. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know either. So falling off of cliffs and stuff like that. But yeah, like the map over there in Survival Land, you know, in the Genesis Survival Land is starting.
Gratitude, yeah. Not Genesis, man.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so over in the Gratitude Survival Land, it's starting to fill up, and it's pretty cool. Like you know, you've kind of taken the helm up towards the north with Hodelius, I think, is up there with you. I think over to the left of you is Recurrier with their Metaforce plot. There's another dude who I'm not really sure what he's doing, but he's building this like kind of inverse pyramid on top of the ocean or something, which is kind of cool. Greg's up there as well, from you know the Uplift team, Uplift Greg, and then like down at the bottom, it's a completely different world. If you go push down past the bottom, you got like Yoshi, me, and EOS USA Michael down there. So it's you know it gets kind of far out to like connect with all those people. But I know like you know I've heard from Michael what he's planning on doing with like the resources and stuff like that. So I just wanted you to give an update on you know your plot, what's coming along, and you know what do you guys have planned for the you know true survival in-game economy and how this is all going to play out.
Yeah, I don't know where to start. The first thing, let's take the first thing. The first thing is that I need to mute this. I just unboxed the pack and it's very loud. But what I like for a long time, when you died, you kept all your stuff. And then they changed it on the server. So when you died, you lost everything in your inventory.
Yeah, I was a fan of that, actually. I wish.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Everyone doesn't, for obvious reasons. It's very hard to get started on the server, and I have an advantage because I started before when I didn't die, and when there wasn't mobs, I could just keep building. And for someone that is new, if you finally get some cool stuff and then you go and die, it's kind of sad. But that's, for me, what is fun. But I am a hardcore gamer. I like when I lose things and I get sad, I get angry, I get annoyed. That's fun because you need emotions. Right? You can't only have positive emotions.
Right? Did you play Dark Souls at all?
I did not.
You didn't? Oh man, no. Go play that game, dude. Because that thing's happening on my thing now too. Yeah, Dark Souls is basically like getting punched in the dick over and over and over again for as long as you play the game. It's really, really hard, and they've set it up so that when you die, you have a chance to like barrel run all the way out to where you died and hope that you can pick up all of the experience that you get. But if you don't, like it could be tens of thousands, you dummy, right? And like there has never been a game where I've wanted to throw my controller at the TV more than Dark Souls, and I keep going back. Like I love it. For all the reasons that you just said, like it makes you feel things in a way that's crazy.
And like that is a big part about playing games. You can't only have like joy and happiness. It's fun for a while, but after a while you want something else, and that's why I think that the Genesis server will not have as many players long term as the Gratitude server. because of that.
You're actually wrong about that, but I mean, I love that you think that.
Yeah, I disagree as well, but I think that they're going to be two different styles of play.
I completely agree. They're just different. Like you can have a downtown, or you can have a Disneyland, and they're not the same, right? But you have both.
Yeah. However, that said, I think it's going to be interesting to see how the community plots pan out. Because I think there probably might be more action in the gratitude server on the individual community plot side than in the other one. But like again, you're going to get rewards for going on to plots. So there's always going to be people who are going to gravitate towards like really cool builds that look like they're awesome that would not be possible without creative mode, or it would take like a really long time without creative mode. And then like the people who like respect a giant pyramid that shouldn't even be.
Yeah, but what I see there is that
world with like a waterfall, which is awesome, by the way. If you're in the game and you haven't went and checked out this one, like this is like the catacombs of next.
But the coolest one is the Eye of Sauron, right?
Well, obviously. Yeah, that's obviously just true.
Yeah,
that's like when you see that the first time, like, wait, what? And like, there's you don't guess what it is, you see what it is,
right?
So that's really nice. But yeah, so what I think is that people will go and explore. They want to look at things in the creative map because it's fun. But after a while, you have seen it. What should you do then? Should you go and look at the same again and again and again and again?
It changes. You can't keep up. Even now, you can't keep up at all.
Yeah.
Right? I know for new places, and there will be a lot of players building things, and there will be new things to see every day, and
new games, and right, like new ways that like new NFT gamified experiences and stuff. Yeah, like good luck trying to keep up. Like this is my job, and I'm telling you right now, I can't keep up at all, and I do this for like 3 hours.
One of your jobs that you've been really failing at, to be honest, is like your show on Friday with Recurrier, and you can't even get off Recurrier spot.
We did. Fuck you. This week we totally did. Now before this week, you were totally right. It was a problem, but we did. We've been managing pretty good.
No, but like it's the same, right? Like you see up with Greg, you see what Anders is doing. Like I built some walls, which is kind of cool. Like I'm just starting to get underground. You see what Brad III's doing, like on the survival plot, and this is pretty slow going because you have to collect all the resources and do it. But it's still hard to keep up over there, right? Like you look at what's going on the Genesis plot over in Creative Land, and it's crazy. Like it's insane what's happening. So I'm pretty stoked about that. But like the other good point is we have a very serious problem in the world, and that's the population is going exponential. However, that's really good for us because I think like our plan is to onboard the world. So like there's always going to be a new stream of people who are just going to come in and have fun with creative. If you're right, even if you're right, Anders, that are going to come in and have fun in creative before they get bored and move over to survival, right? So
look, Michael, I'm gonna be in creative, and now he's in the real world. So
yeah. Well, I mean, but that's the thing, though. Like, I think it was interesting because I'm along the same lines as Michael. Like you were a little bit different, Anders. You came into a creative world and you just like refused to fly because that's what you wanted to do. Which that's like hardcore, man. Like that's like peer pressure in the nerd world, like to the max. And you did it, right. And then you got yourself moved over to the survival world, which is cool, right? But me and Michael, like we came into the game and we started, playing around with the creative, like building whatever we wanted, all this like really cool stuff. And then we got to the point where we're just like, well, actually, now let's go play in survival mode and see what we can procure and like not have the ability to just be able to spawn fires and lights and die a gazillion times. So I think you're going to see that transition play out as well with some people, or you might see people
that's
the
what
other
I think.
way.
I think people will play in different, like depending on what mood you're in. You want to play in different types of servers because creative is very relaxing. It's fun to just create something without all the hassle. But at least myself, I build something, I get bored, I want to do something else. And like for the last day, the mobs has been off and the survival server has been on peaceful mode, and I don't know why, but I was in and like we get bored, so we just leave. It's no fun to play if there's nothing attacking us.
That's hilarious that you say that, because like I didn't realize that. Like I didn't realize that the mobs were turned off. I just thought I had done a really good job placing like torches around everywhere, so like they were.
You didn't have to eat. You didn't have to do anything. You just ran around and everything worked. And yeah, so what we have built is a small garden below the pyramid that we grow a few pieces of food, and we are like. Ervish, one of our guys, he has built these machines that has a lot of animals, and if there are 15 animals in one spot, they start to die. So he farms, like he pushes a bottom, and then he drains the animal in water, and they provide meat that goes down in a box. That's pretty much what happens. This is what we have is a machine to make babies and to kill the grown-ups. That's
So Lisa, yeah, just that.
Lisa, we love that.
Good luck with that one, Anderson.
And now, since like the llama story, I guess everyone here has heard it. I don't know. Like when you tame a llama, you give it food, and then you jump up on the back, and then if it likes you, it gives you a heart, and then you can put a leash on it afterwards. But what happened is that you can only do things on your land. So I jumped up on it, and then he walked outside of my land, and I couldn't unmount because I can't do an action on another land. So I couldn't even unmount my llama. So I couldn't do anything. So I was stuck on the llama for hours. I couldn't do anything. I had to have my team couldn't do anything because they can't touch anything outside here. They couldn't kill it. They couldn't save me in any way. So I had to have one of the moderators to come on and punch the llama once, and then he started to walk because the llama had glitched as well. It just stood still. Usually they walk. They just didn't do anything. It just stood 100% still. I couldn't do anything. Mm-hmm. So now we have taken the same llama. We put a leash on it, or a lead, as it's. I don't know why. For me, it's a leash. I don't know what it's lead. It's probably an English word that is above my head. But we took it, we built the cage in glass, and we put it inside the cage, and it can never leave that cage again. So the llama is forever stuck now inside our pyramid.
That's pretty funny, actually. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the appeal, right? Like we had this question the other day, like why would you go to the Uplift? Like why would you go there and like pay money for land? Well, here's the thing. The Uplift is something that like it doesn't exist anywhere else. Number one, there's an economy that's going to be built into the game, and there's resources that are.
Hey, fam. Sorry, guys. I have a meeting that started 2 minutes ago. I got to run. You guys are fantastic. Feel free to keep talking. Bye.
Sure. Later, man. Yeah, so like I think we'll go a couple more minutes and then we'll wrap it up as well. But like I think it's really cool because like this doesn't exist, right? You get rewarded for moving, you get rewarded for like the things that you procure in the game. But what else I think is really interesting is that there's nowhere I know of, and it could be set up this way in other servers, but there's nowhere that I know of that this game actually as it exists. Because like you said, you can't break things on other people's land. Right? like most Minecraft servers, you can go and just walk around and bust things and
yeah,
like,
but that is a setting that you can do on other places as well. But the difference is I can actually sell my land to another person and they can take over my land as an NFT.
So I agree. Like you can do that, set it up anywhere to be able to do that. But like I don't think it's ever been done before, which is really cool, right? Like that I've seen, like right, like maybe it has, maybe I don't know anything about Minecraft. I'm just guessing. But like I just think that new game dynamic where you actually are forced to work together because like you need sand because you're in the middle of the water and somebody else needs fish because they need to eat. Like this is like not something that like that. And like there's real monetary value that you get rewarded for doing this potentially, right? Like this is not something that like I know of anywhere that exists, right? And I think this is kind of the beginning and the end. And I think you will always go down in the history of as being the guy we give a hard time, but at the same time being like the true survivalist that just decided, no, you know what? Like I want, like this isn't worth my time if I can't die. Like I think
no, it's boring, and that's the thing. I mean, you have to like if we go back, I thought that Alien World would do what you are doing. That's what I thought, because I talked to Michael about that. Yeah. First time in May. I think they announced Alien Worlds in July or August. So I talked to them about it, and for me, on top of Alienware, that's just an economic layer. What we should do is build plugins that use their token and use their NFTs. And also each planet can mint NFTs. So a planet can be a server for a game or whatever, and they can mint NFTs for that game. So you stake to that planet and everything like that. That's how I envision it. And I briefly talked to Michael about it in an interview in, I don't know, July or August or something. And we talked about it, but I couldn't really go into it because it was hard for them to promise before. Like, they had made zero money. They had only put out money. They didn't know, okay, this is our plan, but we can't promise that, okay, everything we want will work in the future. Like, that's very hard to promise until you actually have something that have generated money, so you can start to pay people for their work. And like, a passion project can only work for as long until you have to start earn money. And that happened now, so I'm very excited about the future, what we can see. But for me, like, Minecraft is one of the steps that is easy for people to understand what can be done. But any game that can be modified is perfect for this. It's perfect for these NFTs. It's perfect for in settlement, like earning tokens or whatever. And Wax is one of the few blockchains that allow these microtransactions. Like, you can go and you can earn 0.0000001 Wax, and it can still be transferred. That is something that you can't do on a lot of blockchains. I mean, transfer on Ethereum, it will cost you $5 to $50. You can't do it.
Yeah, and it's funny that you mentioned that, because like, so yeah, I said this to Corey yesterday actually, and I had a like, I think we're getting close to a new bull market, because like I'm starting to have people who are in crypto reach out to me, which is like, you know, the next step is like people who aren't in crypto. And it's funny because like, you know, one of my friends said, "Oh, you built like this metaverse." I'm like this project, like this YouTube thing that you built, like we want to, like, you know, try to get you to collaborate. And it's funny to me, like, you know, nice guy, interesting thing, but I just kind of, I'm like, like, it's okay, I'll look into it and I have an idea, you know, but like, it totally doesn't fit our MO. Like, but it's this metaverse, but like the first problem is like it's built on Ethereum. And like, that's not something that we're not gonna we know that like trying to build something like that on Ethereum doesn't involve like the majority of people. So that's a bit problematic, right? I mean, the second part about it is it's like a metaverse for adults. So it doesn't really fit into our MO either. Like, but I love the idea. Like, I'd love the idea to be able to do this. But like, my problem number one is like, if you're still trying to build these things on Ethereum, you're banking on the fact that Ethereum 2.0 will fix its problems, which it might. But
there are also or second layer solutions that are solving a lot of problems there. It is getting usable. You can actually do things with less money now.
Yeah, and I agree. But here's the thing: it's like we want these metaverses to be filled up now, right? Like, we want people in the game. We want people playing with them now, right? And like, so I think what like Alien Worlds did with the bridge and things like that were really cool. But like, it's just like, you know, you sent me a DM before on the show. And you're like, you know, it's going to be really hard not to talk about MLB, right? Like, it's going to be really hard not to talk about anything that's happening in the Wax ecosystem, like in the next week, 2 weeks, 2 months. Like,
Alienware has 94,000 users last 24 hours.
Yeah,
I mean, or I'm sure people have 2 accounts or 3 accounts. I'm sure people want to get as much Trillium as they can. But even if you say that everyone has 2 accounts, that's 45,000 people still.
Yeah.
And I can testify that if people run bots, they will get blacklisted. I have tried to avoid it, and I have helped them find ways that people avoid them. That ended up that my bots that I may or may not have ran, they are all banned. They don't work anymore.
You know what cracks me up is EOSIO Michael said the same thing like 3 weeks ago. He's like, yeah. So I like it. So Anders, there's a question for you. You might want to answer.
I have a staking pool on Wax called Wax Community that I vote for block producers that I think benefit the community. So everyone can stake and vote for that one. So that's Wax Community. It's very easy. You can hear on the name what it's for. And since I'm inside the everything, I know what everyone is doing more or less. I know I get surprised sometimes by people they're working with deals I had no idea, like EOS Aloha EOS. Like Funko, I had no idea that was gonna happen, but then I guess I don't think a lot of people knew about it beforehand. But I keep track of whatever people are doing, and I make sure to update. Like, there hasn't been a lot of new producers lately, so I haven't updated the voting for a while, but I probably should. But like, it's the best guys, and I don't vote for everyone for multiple reasons. And I should probably go through and look at it. But Wax community is a great proxy to use, and that votes for me, like our team. It votes for the other good guys, like Pink Network that built Atomic Hub, Crypto Alliance that built Simple as a Simple Market. Like all of the teams that are doing, like every team on that list is a good team. They are adding value to the ecosystem in one way or another. So Wax community is the proxy that I run. I used to have a website for it. I shut it down. I mean, it doesn't make any purpose to have it. Either that or Kfir's proxy is also good to use. So I don't know. It's a good way.
We got to the point where so when Colin Talks Crypto left the ecosystem back in the day, you know, that before he came back, he kind of shut down his proxies that he was running. And Corey and I looked at it and we were kind of like, maybe we should be like opening up a proxy and doing one on EOS, doing one for Wax. And then we sat down and we thought about it and we're like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, let's just promote people who know their shit, and Anders is one of them. Like you know, who lives and breathes the Wax ecosystem. So like if you're fans of us and you think that we have anything of value to say, that's great. If you think that we have nothing of value to say, then go vote for you know, the Wax proxy over on Anders' side, because like, you know, he's got something of value to say. So I believe in that. So yeah, we should probably wrap it up soon. But just to let people know, if you again check out the Twitter channel, which is the link posted below, which also in the Twitter handle has a link to the actual EOS Sweden website. Go to anyobservation.com to check out Anders probably daily, sometimes hourly, for like all of your up-to-date news. I guarantee you that over there in the next day or two, there'll be coverage of MLB. There'll be coverage of the unboxing of the Uplift stuff, because I've never seen an event go by where Anders isn't on the ball. So definitely want to do that. Follow him.
You can also check waxmedia.io, by the way. That is a site that I started. I reached out to people. Hey, I need some help to get this going properly. But that also has like curated. I have set up so depending on who posts, it adds their post automatically on top to that website. So if you want to know what happens there, you can go for that site. And I'm actually gonna try to add some more of these curated creators to make sure that they come out there as well. But Wax news should come up there automatically. My material should, and there are a few more people that should automatically come up to that site, so you have an easy way to find news. My goal is to get people to help me, so I don't have to manage that, because time is hard. I mean, everything takes time, but yeah, waxmedia.io is a good. We also have like Wax Media is a channel on Telegram where we post all the news on Wax as well. That's also one of the channels that I created, and I invited people. Hey, help me as a community. Let's spread everything that Wax officially can't push, but we can do it. Yeah. So yeah, so that's what we try to do. We try to help people get all the information in a good way.
Right. Yeah. And like, yeah, obviously, you know, we're big fans of you and Wax. But yeah, like, as for us, tomorrow, if you have time, tune in. We've got the guys from Nifty Blocks coming on the show, which is pretty cool because they're doing some pretty cool stuff in terms of like NFT minting and things like that. Oh, and we've had them on the show. Well, one of them on the show before. That's also the guys from Alpaca Worlds, which is really cool. So yeah, speaking of, you know, irony. And on Wednesday, we've got our good friend Yoshi, and nobody really knows who Yoshi is, but you'll find out who he is very soon. There was alludes to who he might be at the beginning of the show. If you missed the beginning, go back and watch it back. On Thursday, we're going to be doing our episode over on the Crypto Writer channel. We've got a pretty sweet lineup with Blue Crypto. He's coming on. Martin from .gems is coming on. We've got the NFT Graffiti Kings from London coming on. We've got maybe 3 or 4 art connoisseurs and NFT artists on the blockchain, not necessarily on Wax either. Some of them are. From the WOCA, WOCA, Women of Crypto Art Foundation. And we're pretty excited about that. We're going to talk about like proper art on the blockchain. So I wouldn't miss that if you're a fan of proper art and NFTs, because I think this is going to be a really cool roundtable. And on Friday, we have Blue back again on this channel. Maybe some other people might join as well. I'm not really sure. We haven't sussed that out, but there's a new release and some big announcements coming up. Again, if you're here every day, you probably piece some of this together already. So thank you, Anders, as always, for joining us. Anything you want to shout out or anything you need to let us know before we go?
No, I think we covered it all. If you hold Wax or EOS, make sure you vote for the teams that contribute to the ecosystem.
Yeah, I strongly agree
or
with this.
Or Fire or Proton or any of the other chains.
Yeah, I strongly agree with this. Like, these guys behind the scenes are working really hard. My one recommendation or my one request from you actually is I'd like you to put a monument somewhere on your plot to commemorate the time that the alpaca took you to hell and back.
there might be some fun ways that has been done already.
Sweet, nice. Yeah, so let's go check it out. Okay, Anders, thanks. We'll see you next time. And you guys out there in the audience, thanks for joining us as always.